What is going on, you quality lot? Quality XA here today, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video on the Division. Yes, we're back on the Division, and today we are doing a different kind of video. We are going to be covering the Last Stand update as well as the 1.6 update details. So this is an article, I'll leave it in the description below if you guys would like to check it out yourself. It's a really in-depth article, but I'll be reading most of it for you guys today, just going over the features, what we'll be getting in the update, as well as the DLC. I'm not going to hold you back because this could be a pretty long video, and let's get right into this. So, first off, we have new Darkzone areas. If you've had the chance to venture and look around the northernmost parts of the Darkzone 6, you may notice that there are some hefty looking gates that block off any access to the north. The gates will soon be open as Darkzone 7, 8 and 9. Yes guys, 3 dark zones or 3 sections are going to be added into the game in the next patch, which is pretty awesome. The Dark Zone can be a very rough place to explore, but according to Massive, the situation in the newly added area is even worse. Details on exactly what are yet to be revealed, but you can expect them to be very, very hard indeed. I really cannot wait for the new Dark Zones. I love playing online. I personally believe that's the best feature what the Division has got. But yeah, I really cannot wait for these hard new Dark Zones. So the new Dark Zone areas will still follow the same format as 1 to 6. The areas will be filled with roaming NPCs and landmarks to try and take down. The further north you go, the tougher the areas will become, of course. The higher the risk, the better the rewards. As you'll see in the following screen, Dark Zone 7 will be north of Dark Zone 6, while 8 and 9 will be spread out to the east of 7. So, it's going to change the diversity of the map. Instead of going up to go to the higher loot, you can go east, and you will also have the higher Dark Zones as well. So pretty awesome, and it can be, or it looks to be, a huge map. And here is that image below what we was talking about, where the higher the Dark Zone, as you guys can see, slightly towards the east, it sort of goes to Dark Zone 7 and 8. So they do look like pretty big areas, not as big as the Dark Zone we have now, but it's still some added content, so I cannot wait to check that out. Also, another thing to note, the landmarks found in the new areas will operate a touch differently from the older ones. Rather than just killing the enemies and leaving the landmark clear for a set amount of time, more enemies may spawn straight after the initial enemies have gone. However, clearing the landmarks will reward you with loot that will go directly to your inventory, meaning that you will not have to face going to extract and possibly losing the loot that you will get. Like I said, they'll go straight to your inventory, which is a great feature, and you can pull some really, really decent loot from it. Despite increasing the Dark Zone size, the amount of players present in each Dark Zone won't change, which is very unfortunate. I would have loved to have a capacity of like 40 people. I think that would be my max in my opinion. But at the moment, I think we get 24, is it? I may be wrong on that. Correct me if I am. But it will be good because it gives the explorers a chance to enjoy a new PvE side of the Dark Zone more. And Massive will also be adding the option to fast travel between Dark Zone checkpoints due to the size increase, which is great. So instead of running around, you can teleport from, let's say, Dark Zone 1 all the way to Dark Zone 9, which is an awesome feature which has needed to be added in since day one. So, contamination events. Previously, Massive had added a special event to the Dark Zone in the form of supply drops. They're actually pretty good, they're dropped in random locations, and you could sort of get some really good loot. So, these are guarded by the toughest variation of the game's different enemy factions. So, people could try to clear the supply drop area and grab the goods from a crate. More events will be coming to the Dark Zone in the form of contamination events. Massive have only detailed one event so far. So, contaminated body bags have been piled up in parts of the subways below the Dark Zone. Increasing strength of the virus in those areas, the cleaners have started sweeping these locations, burning everything in their path, including civilians who happen to get in their way. Roughly every hour, elite cleaners will appear underground locations in the Dark Zone, and it's your job to stop them. A word of warning though, the contamination has reached unprecedented lethal levels in these places, so your virus filter will not be enough to resist it. Act quickly, learn how to manage your health while venturing into the contaminated underground. So, it does sound pretty cool, and I'll be very intrigued to see how this works. I can see us getting some very, very good loot from this, but it sounds kind of complex and annoying the way we have to go to the subway to actually do this. Well, this is only the first one, so there could be some more, but by the sounds of it, going into the subway to go kill some cleaners, it's going to be pretty darn rough. Anyways, I'd love to try it and see what loot we can get, and it should be a pretty awesome addition to the Darkzone. And that brings us on to our next point, Darkzone leaderboards. Another feature coming to the world of PvP is Darkzone leaderboards. These will give competitive players the chance to compare their stats with others across different activities on a weekly and monthly basis, tracking both PvP and PvE activities. The PvP section will include rogue kills, manhunt successfully survived, and extraction hijacks. For the PvE side, players will be able to keep track of the number of NPC enemies killed, locked Darkzone chests looted, and the number of items extracted. Each of the tracked activities will be turned into a total score, then this is divided into 3 yet to detailed tiers. The better your score is compared to the others in the Darkzone players, the better the rewards will be once the leaderboards reset. So it's pretty awesome. Looks like we will be getting better rewards for the more we play the Division, which is another really good feature that they will be adding in the 1.6 update. And again, can't wait to see how that feature comes through. Also, I'd just love to see what loot they actually award us if we play really, really well. It would be awesome if they done it similar to how a slot machine would go, but once we roll the slots, we should be able to choose from 3 items. I think that would be pretty cool. Mainly, if you are high ranked, you should be able to choose from 3 of the named weapons, or maybe even like a named gear set. It would be pretty awesome, but that's just my personal opinion. Now, on to the next point, legendary difficulty. If you consider yourself a hardcore player of the Division, then the game's up-and-coming legendary difficulty mode may shake up your confidence a bit. The new difficulty will be added to 3 missions, Times Square, Warren Gate Power Plant, and the Napalm production site. This difficulty promises to be even more difficult than attempting incursions on heroic difficulty. So guys, this is going to be insanely hard. Don't think that it's just going to be a large number of the same enemies you would normally fight in these missions. Anyway, as all of the previous content with each mission will be completely replaced with the Last Man Battalion enemies, these LMB soldiers will be new, powerful and much smarter than the ordinary type, and will be going out with all advanced tactics against you and your squad. So they'll be reacting to what skills you use, what weapons you're using, and how you play the game, which is insane. They will also stick behind cover much more, forcing you to constantly try and flank as well as hide behind them. All of that good stuff. And legendary difficulty, I can imagine it being incredibly hard, and I really don't want to venture into it, but I guess I'm going to have to one time. There's a wide range of different enemy types, practically covering most of the enemy archetypes in the game, which will keep you on the edge of your seat all the way through the missions. There's also named enemies thrown into the mix, complete with their own set of behaviours, roles and skills. While legendary difficulty does not scale to the amount of players present, scaling the enemy damage and health similar to challenge mode, and could theoretically be soloed. It's very much intended for organised group play with dedicated roles. On that note, I am not going to solo this. The enemies will be a mix of normal, veteran and elite enemies. The challenge of the new difficulty will come from learning new tactics and strategies, as well as dealing with the actions of the opposition's tactics. Legendary difficulty will also reward players with vanity items that are exclusive to the difficulty. The missions will also give out plenty of regular rewards and massive promises to expand this difficulty to other missions at some point in the future. So, I don't even think I'm going to complete all of them 3. Call me a noob, but I really do not believe I can. Maybe I might get the odd mission done, but I find incursions on heroic hard enough. But yeah, on to our next point, exotic items, weapon sets and a new gear set. In terms of gear, weapons and mods, the game currently has worn, standard, specialised, superior, high-end and gear set types. Named items will soon have their very own type, exotic. Part of this in addition will be cosmetic, as named items will come with their own colour coding to make them stand out much better in the player's inventory. and also they will drop from enemies. Currently, named items are simply classed as high end, but come with their own name in gold text, and then with whatever special feature or ability that makes them different from regular items. Once the update releases, each of these items will come with flavour and lore, text, and their own item descriptions. In the future, each exotic weapon will come with its own unique talent if it didn't already have one. Here is a couple of examples. The Hungry Hog, for example, will now come with gluten talent. Killing a target increases your damage dealt by 20% until you stop firing, while the Tenebrae will have lights out. Destroying an enemy weak point resets skill cooldowns for you and nearby group members. This should give exotic weapons their own individual personality, and hopefully they will be a lot of fun to use. And I can imagine them being fun to use. A lot of the named weapons at this point in time are just okay weapons. You've got like the standout ones, such as the Midas when it was first out, but now all of the named weapons have sort of dropped off, and you just feel the need to just use normal weapons. Be wary that any unique exotic weapon talent will not work with the 4-piece Alpha Bridge bonus. Exotic weapon sets will also be introduced where 2 specific exotic weapons must be equipped to unlock their talent. The Valkyria, for example, is being split into 2 separate weapons, the Hydeal and the Air. The talents will become active and synergize together once both weapons have been equipped. To keep the weapons balanced, the stats on some of the exotic weapons will be changed. The changes will be retroactive to prevent anyone being potentially overpowered. With legacy weapons still in the game, lastly, one of the ways to get hold of an exotic item will be through exotic caches, available as a weekly reward from legendary difficulty missions. So now, yes, I am definitely going to be playing legendary missions just for the exotic caches. And I love this idea of having the Valkyria where you get 2 weapons and it gives you an additional exotic perk. I think that can be sounding overpowered, but it's a really, really good feature, and I cannot wait to see how that works. Now on to changes to gear sets. Now, as you guys might know, some of the gear sets have been classed as overpowered, and a lot of them are actually going to be changed. The frontline gear set introduced with the current update will have its 4-piece bonus adjusted. Rather than removing the critical hit chance bonus, the bonus instead will remove the effects of any mod you are currently using on the ballistic shield. Critical hit chance will be applicable again, but you won't be able to use the shield mods such as reacting targeting, assault shield and kinetic breaker, which is pretty much a game changer because a lot of these gear sets are currently overpowered when you use them in a specific way. So they're basically trying to make it so all of the gear sets are even but still have their natural personalities, which I cannot wait for. Lastly, a new gear set has been introduced called SEEKR. This set will focus on body shots, and it's a 4-piece bonus that will give the player a guaranteed critical hit after landing 2 consecutive shots to the body. The 2 shots can be spread out across different targets. Details on 2 and 3 pieces bonus are yet to be revealed. Even though we do have some information on them, I'm not going to give you guys that because it's been classed as overpowered at the moment. All of the people on the beta have said the SEEKR gear is overpowered, and there can be, or there will be, a lot of adjustments to that because there is high damage when you're using it. And then Massive are still having issues with the armor in the game. Currently it's the best bonus you can roll for in gear and pretty much renders any other rollable bonuses as almost useless. With armor being the best bonus, this allows for players to deal great damage and still be a tough target to take down too. Massive and the community is still not happy with this, so the development team took up to the drawing board to try and figure out what to do. And it's basically what the development team do want to do is make skill power just as relevant as armor. So they're pretty much making it so armor is more of a less bonus, and they're making it so it's more health. So armor is almost going downhill and being replaced with skill power. So it sort of allows players to change their class and move their health to more skill power, allowing for different gameplays, if that makes any sense to you guys. But everyone is saying that armor is overpowered, which it currently is. You also, like when you're playing PvP like me, you'll come across a load of enemies who have high armor, and they do take a while to take down. But that is just the way the game works, and they are working on a fix to potentially increase skill power. Now on to economy changes. At the moment, a single talent on a weapon could only be recalibrated a certain number of times. However, in the upcoming update, the option to recalibrate will be unlimited. However, it will still get more expensive after each recalibration, but the price itself will be capped after the 5th calibration. Prices of recalibrations will be tweaked. Helping civilians in the open world will also reward you with intel, whereas at the minute it currently is just a mix of quality weapons as well as rare occasion materials too. High-end pistols in the survival DLC won't cost any division tech, and the scavenger box in your base of operations will scale with your current world tier. Experience points and survival. Massive will be making changes to different ways to earn experience from the different activities on offer. And now, last but not least, we have changes to the in-game store. To finish up, even in the in-game store we'll see some changes too. A new currency will be available, and more items will be on offer from the special vendor. Look out for new emotes, weapon skins, and more vanity items that the player will be able to purchase with real money. Now, that does not mean that this game is becoming pay to win. It does say vanity, so expect to get some new emotes, as well as having some awesome weapon skins and, well, maybe some awesome clothing. But we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. But I really highly doubt that the Division will make this a pay to win game. And yeah guys, that's pretty much the video. If you did enjoy, please do leave a thumbs up on this video. It will help me so much. And yeah, I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Let's try and smash 100 likes if you did enjoy. And as always, peace out.